Hello, everyone. Terry Earthwind over at Consortium again. And I have Dr. Diane Hamilton with me. Diane, thank you so much for dropping by for a little short chat here. It's great to see you.
It's great to see you, Terry. Thank you so much for having me on my show, on your show, I should say. I just had you on my show, so that's
I did.
going to be a different switch for things, and I'm looking forward to this.
Yes. Well, you know the format. So here we go. So, Diane, what are you doing?
What am I doing? Well, I am not doing that much different than what other people are doing right now in this time of COVID. I've always worked virtually at my work with Curiosities, but I'm doing things a little differently because other people are working differently. So that's impacted me, which I'm sure you've probably seen with a lot of your guests. Doing a lot of work with Curiosity to develop some training programs with organizations. And we're doing that instead of a lot of talks in person, which I normally would do. We're doing a lot more webinars, Zoom, like what we're doing right now. And it's really kind of fun to work with people to develop their sense of curiosity for technology and some of the things that entails. So doing a lot of unique ways of reaching people.
I'm loving it. Tell me more about that, because you speak from the stage as I do. And when COVID started, all 7 of my events went away. I managed to pick up one event back by going to the people who booked me and said, let's do a webinar. Let's not lose this, and we did. And it was great. We had over 1,100 people show up for that on what would have been day 2 of the engagement. So, they kind of already had the mindset to connect with that association. So that kind of worked. So tell me more about what you're doing with your webinars and stuff.
Well, it's interesting that you say that because I've had a few big events that were, of course, canceled. I think I had 5 in April alone that I had to change, which was a really, it definitely changed how I'm connecting with people. But the webinars have been kind of great to see how we've kind of adapted, and some of them been using the room feature on Zoom, which is kind of fun because we've been breaking into sessions, which I'd never used Zoom to do that before, which was kind of fun. So just finding and exploring in that way. I took some time to create some MOOCs while I've been home doing some virtual work for some training programs that normally I would have them take in a different setting. Now they can take online. And that was really fun to develop, working with a company out of Europe to get exposure and around the globe with that. And it's kind of tying into the certification programs that I had been already developing that I deliver in asynchronous, where everybody doesn't have to be on at the same time. They can take this training. And I love that because that's how I've always worked in a way, because I've taught virtually with universities for taught more than 1,000 business courses online, and none of my students would probably want to take my courses at 5 in the morning when I like to grade them. So it works out really well to have it be that way.
I get that. I get up at 5.
Yeah. Well, you would be great in my classes if they were asynchronous, but the courses I teach have always been when it's convenient for everybody to take them. And it's been really fun because the Curiosity Code Index that I created to determine the factors that inhibit curiosity is something that people could take anytime. And so the things that I've developed around that index are the same kind of way. It's to work with people who want to be flexible. And so this has been just kind of an insightful time for me to see, how can I help other people learn to do what I'm trying to help them with in the way that they want to do it.
Yeah. I'm going to have to reach out to you and get some ideas about that, what you're doing with those classes, because I've just been highly encouraged to take our certification program and make it evergreen. Because the only thing that really needs to be done on that is to go through the process ahead of time. And then they can take the classes whenever they want. And I found a platform, edX, Open edX, where it's kind of neat. It offers office hours and all kinds of neat stuff along with it, homework. So I haven't looked into it yet, but it sounds encouraging. So
well,
cool.
If you have a Well, I was going to say, if you have a WordPress site, there's plugins that you can incorporate onto WordPress, which are really great. And you can offer your course right on your own website.
Oh. We just went from WordPress to Wix, I think, or something like that.
Ah,
But
well, if you host your own, you'd have to host your own
yeah,
platform on WordPress and not, but if you do that,
got
and
it.
I'm sure Wix might have something similar, but the plugin's great for WordPress users.
Yeah, yeah. Well, certainly worth looking into. And for
Yeah.
those of you who are listening in, are you taking notes? Maybe you want to do this as well. So, Diane, thanks a lot for stopping in for today for our quick chat, and it's always great to see you. And I'm going to come up with another idea for us to chat soon.
Oh, thanks for having me. This was so much fun, Terry.
Okay, take care.
Thanks.
Evolutionary, eve of illumination, healer, to end suffering, to start anew. Evolutionary Healer, LLC.